Hello, everybody. It is Saturday afternoon, and I'm Bill Thornton, SoCal Saber. And today I'm going to be talking about the vinyl albums and music CDs I listened to this week. I'll show you the media and talk about them a little bit. So the first one I listened to this week is one I picked up from Esky on Whatnot from a super group that I really liked. I got some of their stuff on CD. I might also have this one on CD, but I couldn't. Fear of missing out, I guess you want to call it. And that is the Traveling Wilburys by the Traveling Wilburys from 1988. This was the group's debut studio album by the English American supergroup composed of George Harrison, Jeff Lynne, Bob Dylan, Roy Orbison, and Tom Petty. It was the only Wilburys album to feature Roy Orbison, and the final album featuring Roy Orbison to be released during his lifetime. The Traveling Wilburys #1 was nominated for Album of the Year award in the 1990 Grammys, which was won by Bonnie Raitt and Nick of Time, and helped revitalize the careers of Dylan and Petty. See, this cover is in very, very good shape for the age. When I say that was 88, 12 to 20, 36 years. And here's a nice inner that it has with it. And don't forget to go down there and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so to the channel yet. I appreciate it if you would do that and help the channel grow some. Put comments down there. What do you think about these particular albums? If you don't have them, what ones did you listen to this week? And here's the album. Here's the label. It's got one side. It's got all the songs, the lyrics, the names for both sides, and then on the back side, it's got a picture of the guys. Pretty cool. And as I was looking at this earlier, I don't see any scratches on this. I don't see any scuff marks. Wow, good VG plus on this baby. So that was the Traveling Wilburys' debut album, titled The Traveling Wilburys Volume 1 from 1988. Okay, don't forget, when I'm done showing you everything I listened to this week, I'll tell you which ones that I like the best. I like them all. They're all in my album, all in my collections. My next one is one that I bought from Amazon because it was very well priced, and I just came acquainted with this guy in the last 3 or 4 years, and I really like him. He's hard to get used to, and that is Tom Waits. And the album Rain Dogs. This is a 2013 reissue of the '85 album, the 9th studio album by the American singer-songwriter, who is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The album features guitarists Keith Richards and Mark Robot, and is noted for its broad spectrum of musical styles and genres. Okay. It's been characterized as having social decadence and singularity in the Indo-Ukrainic. I can't even say that word. The album peaked at number 29 on the UK charts, number 188 on the US charts, top 100. And it does feature the song Downtown Train, which Rod Stewart came out and made a hit with. Okay, and we got an inner. It's all lyrics. We got some credits on the back right down here. Tom Waits, he's a tough. You might not like him the first time you listen to him because he's got a strange voice, which he changes an awful lot. But I like him. I liked him after about maybe the second album. Here's the Rain Dogs, voted by some people as his best. And of course, in very, very good shape. which you would expect from a brand new album. Didn't come with this poly sleeve though. It came with that other thinner, the paper sleeve. Some people, some are still not doing that. So that was Rain Dogs from Tom Waits, 2013 reissue of his 1985 album. Well, moving on. It's another one I picked up on Whatnot. I don't have a lot of this group in my collection. I kind of like the way it was advertised by the seller. And it's Tres Hombres by ZZ Top. It's the third studio album by the American rock band. And it would be ZZ Top's commercial breakthrough in the U.S. charts. It peaked at number 8 on the Billboard 200 albums, top 200 albums in 1974. As you can see, the album's got a lot of wear on it from usage, ring wear in the back, around the back. There's no splitting. There's a little corner damage here. That happens if you're pulling them in and out, pulling them in and out. Got a little corner damage on this one. Well, I got corner damage in all four, but there's no splitting on this album. And there's the back of it. Front. And it is a gatefold. You must have liked to eat, huh? Drink beer. All right. The owner inner that was in it was this one here. It's an advertisement for ZZ Top, a paper inner. And let's see if I can see something here. I was trying to see what song I like the best. There's a couple of them here I like, but I just can't remember what the name of them was. I should make better notes when I'm listening to them, right? So that I can tell you which ones I like the most. But I did like the whole album. It was pretty good. And something good for my collection. And it's not. And this is called the Stereophonic by London Stereophonic. And I'm looking at this side. No scratches, no scuffs. No scratches, no scuffs. Another VG Plus. Played very well for the collection. That was Tres Hombres from from ZZ Top. In, let's see, what did I tell you that was? 1973. So now we're looking at 51 years old on this baby. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Now the next thing I got was from Amazon. Good price again, because I think you people all know that I'm a pretty big fan of this group. There was one I didn't have, and it's Long John Silver from Jefferson Airplane. This was a 2019 reissue of the 1972 album. This was their first vinyl reissue, the 7th studio album by the American rock band, and their last album, volume material, until 1989. So that was like 17 years in between it. The recording sessions went pretty fairly long. There was a lot of tensions in the group, which way they were going to go. David Crosby participated in the recording, but his vocals were stripped from the record at the insistence of his label. The album was Jefferson Airplane's least successful effort since their 1966 debut, peaking at only number 20 on the Billboard album chart. Least successful, but number 20 on the Billboard inner chart. So it had to be successful. But they're least successful. This guy got kind of a cool way it opens here. I'm going to try to see how I can do this for you. All right. Okay, and this is a replica of the original album, so that was kind of nice. Another reason why I bought it. All right, and then it's going to open up down here. No, then down here, where the album would go. Oh, it does open up there. Cigars. And then this comes out. And there, this is not an inner, this is just a part of the whole album feature here. But this inner got the Jefferson Airplane on the cigar bands, JA. Then we have lyrics and so forth on the back. So I was really happy when I read that this was a replica of the way that it was actually released back in 72. Was it 73? No, 72. Two. Okay. And then it came on a nice, clear, translucent green. Looks blue in the camera, but it is green. Grunt Studios. Green with the little black splatter marks in it. So I'm almost got everything from Jefferson Airplane in my collection. I have the 1989. I have that on CD. I think there's one other thing. I can't remember what it is right now. But if I run across it, I'm definitely going to probably get it. And I forgot to show you this. These are the hype stickers. All right. I took them off of the original shrink, put them on here. I was able to get them off successfully, which I tried to do. That's my primary thing, is to take them off and put them on the new shrink and that. So it was time now to listen to a couple CDs. Last week I listened to one new one. I have another new one to listen to this week, and it was Fused by Tony Iommi and Glenn Hughes. It's a 2024 reissue of their 2005 album. It was the second solo album by the Black Sabbath guitarist Tony Iommi. Fused reached number 34 in the Billboard's top Heat Seekers charts. Iommi and Hughes go back to into the 80s, knowing each other. Hughes had former playing in the group Trapeze, and he was in two different versions of Deep Purple. The album is hard rock, and that's what it is, hard rock. It was okay for me, but I don't mind hard rock, but I think there was just a little bit too much of it in one session for me. There was a couple songs where they slowed it down a little bit that were really, really good that I thought I liked on the album. And we got a book. I came across this one by watching another gentleman's video. I don't know if any of you watch it. It's Sea of Tranquility with Peter Prado. And he talked about how good this was and that. So I checked on it. I picked it up. Maybe I should stop watching other people recommendations to curb some of my spending. But anyway, picture of the guys on the back. And then it opened up in the middle also. Three opens. And then the CD. It's a nice looking CD from Iommi Records. So if you like Black Sabbath and Deep Purple and groups like that, you probably will like this one, because this is where these guys come, where they made their mark mostly. So that was the CD, The Fused, by Tony Iommi and Glenn Hughes. And this was a 2024 reissue of their 2005 album. Hard rockers, I recommend. Okay, then I went back. We're going back. We're back into the 1988 again. I can only say that I got this probably because of my daughter, even though the album's okay. It's Martika by Martika. This was the album marked the solo debut for Martika and spawned the American #1 single, Toy Soldiers. A lot of people thought it was about soldiers, but actually the song is about drug addiction, but can sound like a breakup ballad. The album was successful in the U.S. It peaked at number 15 on the Billboard 200. And it was an attempt for her to break away from her stereotype as Gloria in the Kids Incorporated, but she had 4 of her castmates from that show singing backup vocals in this one, so it wasn't a complete back away. She did have quite a good success for 2 albums that she released. Kids Incorporated, that was a big thing when this is 88. Let's see how my daughter was 12 then. It was, 10, 11, 12 years old. Those Kids Incorporated was a big thing for them. We actually went down, her mother and I took her down to, not Magic Mountain, there's another one, Knott's Berry Farm. The Kids Incorporated were putting on a show down there. That's pretty cool. She didn't know why we went down there until we got there. She was all excited about that, seeing that. Martika produced a couple albums that she sold quite well on. Thought I had made a note on that. Well, I guess I didn't. And so, what did I even classify this as? Electronic and pop. Synth pop, disco, pop rock is what Discogs got her listed at. No, Discogs is not the Bible, or not the sole source for albums, but I guess it's a pretty good one. I use it to log my material, my CDs and albums into it. And so this was the 1988 album by Martika, self-titled Martika, with the big hit Toy Soldiers. She also did a background vocal. I forget what they were going to do. She did one of Carole King's songs. I Feel the Earth Move. Sounded pretty good. They did a good job of doing. Yeah. So that was the second CD of the week, which was number 4 in the rack, number 54 in the racks, which brought us to today in the last album, which always comes out of the album collection. From the old, it is number 44. Now, this might surprise you that I have. I don't think so, because I had some Chris Christopherson before. This is the best of Glen Campbell from 1976. This was the second official Capitol compilation album by Glen Campbell, released in 76. Glen Campbell had quite the career. He released 64 albums in his career spanning 5 decades, selling over 45 million records worldwide, including 12 golds, 4 platinums, and 1 double platinum album. Now, how crazy is that? Now, back in 75, we're looking at, I was in Korea, we were hitting the bars, there were some country western bars, and one thing, this memory that this brought up to me, my best buddy from over there is named Tim. We used to go downtown. And when Tim or I walked into a club called the Aloha Club, I think it was upstairs, or was a country place. And when and they all had little DJs in them that spun records and so forth. When the DJ saw us, he immediately put Rhinestone Cowboy on. So we would recognize him, and I'm sure he'd do that. He wanted a tip or wanted us to buy him a drink, and we would do that on occasion. But Rhinestone Cowboy was his biggest album, and I really liked it. I really liked the lyrics of Rhinestone Cowboy. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't tell you everything about it, or the lyrics on it. So this one here is from Capitol on their Orange album, or Orange label. Again, in very, very good condition for the age of it. I was looking at this because some of my records got beat up during parties and stuff, and I saw no scuffing, no scratches on this entire album. VG Plus on this one. from 76, so that's 48 years old. Yeah, over half my life anyway. So anyway, that was the media that I listened to. Now, what did I feel like I liked the most? I mean, I really did like this weekend. Martika would have been rated probably the lowest, but anyway, it was on there. So, in no particular order, I'm going to say that I liked Tres Hombres by ZZ Top, and I liked the Traveling Wilburys. Traveling Wilburys. Yeah, you probably thought Long John Silver was going to be it because that's one of my favorite groups, but it didn't. I mean, I liked that album, Long John Silver, but the other two, I just liked the songs on it. It brought back a lot of memories, like so did Glenn Campbell. But anyway, that was it. Put some comments down there. SoCal Saber saying thanks for stopping by. Take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and stay safe.